It is this kind of sit-tightist approaches to governance, aided by misgovernance, corruption, opaque governance, directionless, hunger, thirst, melancholy, and social disequilibrium that make people to rise up and take up arms against their leaderships. Such taking up of arms, to me, against oppressors who masquerade under the thin guise of leaders, changing their constitutions at will to accommodate further terms, I do not regard it as a coup d'etat. I regard it as good riddance to bad rubbish. My last outing on this was 40 pages, where I warned the Nigerian government not to lead or aid ECOWAS to go to Niger Republic to attempt to forcibly remove the interim military government, the humanitarian catastrophe, displaced and dislocated people that you are going to cause will be unimaginable.
Unfortunately, people like this are not very few in our society. When people of the bar that were sent, trained, groomed, and developed to stand for justice are not the one perpetrating injustice in the country, twisting the constitution at will to sweeten the narratives. Thank you, Chief Mike Ozekhome. You have constantly shown that posterity will always be kind to you. Thank God you are not even in my political divide or political ideology, but you have shown that you have always stood for. And this is my problem with the Nigerian people. Charity should begin at home. Bola Tinubu is concerned about using state power, state resources to go and invade a sovereign nation just because you want to use it. I don't know. Like Ozekhome said in this video, go and read that book, how Europe underdeveloped Africa. Go and read it. At least it will help you. These are Western tools, Western interests being perpetrated, because I don't understand why. We have got the highest level of insecurity in this country in our history, yet the president is not concerned. Thank you for reminding him. Of course, when you don't have a job, any job is job. When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Bola Tinubu came to power for no purpose, and now anything that looks like presidency, you will pursue it. Anything. You will border about Gabon, border about Niger. Whereas an helicopter of army officers were shot down in this country. There's no official statement. People have not been brought to book about it. Have you tried that in some countries? Ordinary Rwanda here, ordinary Ethiopia, Egypt, some of those nonsense that happens here. Let's not even go Europe or go to America. Cannot happen. And the greatest threat to our peace and unity is the hunger in the land. Oh! Now I want Tinubu! Now I want Tinubu! No wahala. Watch the rest of the video and share the video. Michael Ozekhome SAN has again shown that he understands where the school fees paid on his head is not waste. Watch the video and share the video. Make I not even talk. I not just want to talk too much.
It is this kind of sit-tightist approaches to governance, aided by misgovernance, corruption, opaque governance, directionless, hunger, thirst, melancholy, and social disequilibrium that make people to rise up and take up arms against their leaderships. such taking up of arms, to me, against oppressors who masquerade under the thin guise of leaders, changing their constitutions at will to accommodate further terms, I do not regard it as a coup d'etat. I regard it as good riddance to bad rubbish. That is why I have written tons and tons of articles. My last outing on this was 40 pages. By the way, my keynote address today is 78 pages, but I'm just speaking to it. And I've sent it already to the Secretariat. My last outing on this was 40 pages, where I warned the Nigerian government not to lead or aid ECOWAS to go to Niger Republic to attempt to forcibly remove the interim military government, with Niger Republic having served borders with 7 states in Nigeria. The humanitarian catastrophe, displaced and dislocated people that you are going to cause will be unimaginable, added to our present insecurity, Boko Haram, armed banditry, kidnapping, hunger, thirst, disillusionment. Let me use this forum to warn the Nigerian government. Don't dare it. It is neither righteous nor justified to intervene. Not only because Niger Republic is a sovereign state, but also because we have no right to intervene and tell them how to govern themselves. Nigeria has never been told how to govern herself. From the first military purge of 15 January 1966, led by Major Kaduna Uzoguchukuma and other young majors, I didn't see the international community come here to tell us how to govern ourselves. The counter coup, or rather, the counter coup that removed General JTU Aguiyi-Ironsi, who ruled for 6 months, led by Murtala Mohammed, Danjuma and others, and the enthronement of a 32-year-old bachelor, later General Yakubu Gowon, to be head of state, who ruled for 8 good years between 1967 and January 15, 1970, the Armed Forces Day, when General Philip Effiong surrendered to General Olusegun Obasanjo. I didn't see the international community invade us or interfere in our foreign affairs. When Murtala Mohammed was killed, ambushed and killed in Ikoyi in 1976, and Olusegun Obasanjo was made head of state with Yar'Adua as his deputy, I didn't see the international community come to tell us how to govern ourselves. When Obasanjo handed over power in 1979 to Alhaji Aliyu Shehu Usman Shagari, with Dr. Alex Ekweme Anigbo as his vice, I didn't see the international community come to lecture us how to govern ourselves. When that democratic government was forcibly overthrown by Major General Muhammadu Buhari on the 31st of December 1983, I didn't see AU or UNO or the International Human Rights Commission come to dictate to us how to manage our affairs. When gap-toothed General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the man who described himself as the evil genius, removed Buhari from office on the 28th of August 1985. I didn't see any international community intervention. When Babangida was forced by all of us in the civil society to abdicate power and step aside after counseling the most populist, the most transparent, the most credible elections ever held in Nigeria, not the farce and shambolic elections we have been having in the recent past, I did not see any international community come to tell us how to govern ourselves. When late Abacha removed the interim national nonsense, who they called interim national government, of business mogul and former chairman of USA, Chief Ernest Shonekon, in 1993, there were no international participants. And when the diminutive General Sani Abacha, but a very intelligent man, who institutionalized Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones, where were the international community? And after both Abiola, the man who won that mandate, and Abacha died in mysterious circumstances in Asu Villa, where were the international community participants? And when General Abdulsalami Abubakar, the chairman of today's occasion, in absentia, took over power and within 11 months handed over to the democratically elected government of Obasanjo, I did not see any international community participate. So there is no reason whatsoever, and we have no moral high grounds or authority to go and intervene in other countries' internal affairs, sovereign countries with their sovereignty and suzerainty. Sir, Your Excellency, Secretary General, help me convey my very strong message to African leaders to give governance, good governance to the people, and where they are not ready for the gains, they should be ready for the pains. So international humanitarian law therefore seeks to achieve limitation of the effect of armed conflicts, to protect people who are not in armed conflicts or who are no longer participants. Maybe they have decided to quit. It also limits the methods of welfare. It is a practical set of rules designed for the battlefield, rooted in ancient civilizations and even religions. Armed conflicts have received so